So I'm going to leave it at left and top. Then we have the attachment property. Background attachment. So what the background attachment property is going to tell us how the image would be behaving. So we will leave it as fixed. So when you have a scrolling present in the page, so the image will stay where it is. It will stay, but it will not be moving along with the scroll. So there is alternatively another way to write all these 5 image properties in one single line. It's called as CSS Shorthand Property. For background, it goes something like this. Background, colon, the color name, aquamarine, the image URL, worldwideweb.png, space, no repeat, space, left, top, space, fixed. So, which is almost similar. So, every web page is made up of set of texts and alphabets that make up most of the page and also the readability of the page. In this regard, fonts play a major role in the day-to-day functioning of a web page. And it is very crucial for the developer to choose the right set of fonts to work with, as it may impact the readability of the page and also overall the UI part. CSS gives us a lot of properties to work with the fonts. Start arranging from choosing the font family to the font weight to finding the font variant. So we have 5 different set of properties that we will be looking at. So one is font family, second one is the font style, thirdly font weight, fourthly font size, and finally font variant. So font family is used to specify the font that we will be using on the text. Font family usually has a set of font families that is chosen from a set of 5. So we have 5 font families, which is serif, sans serif, monospace, cursive, and fantasy. So serif and sans serif are the widely used font families in CSS, because serif and sans serif play a major role in the ease of readability to the users. Then we have the font style. Font style property is used to set the font face's appearance. So it can be in a normal font face or an italic or an oblique one. Then we have the font weight. The font weight property specifies the weight of the font, or in other terms, the font weight property tells the boldness of the font. The boldness in CSS is of different values ranging from normal, bold, bolder, lighter, and then we have numerical values to mirror the named values, like 100 being the lighter one and 900 being the bolder one. And then we have the font size. In CSS, we have different measuring systems. So one is pixels and the other one is EM. So here we'll be working with pixel. In order to invoke font size, we have to call the property font size and set the size of the fonts in terms of pixels, and we will be having the appropriate output coming up. And finally, we have something called as the font variant. What font variant does is it basically sets the text to display in small caps or small capital letters or in various other sizes. Now let us see how CSS fonts work programmatically. Let me just remove the style over here. So consider this code snippet. So I'm adding the embedded. You may be able to observe the styled font. So this is one way of doing it with the inbuilt styles. And alternatively, what you guys can do is you can choose fonts from external sources. One major example is Google Fonts. If you go to Google Fonts, you will have a lot of different font options that you can choose from. So my favorite one is Roboto. So click on the font, choose the size or style that you need. And once you add it on to the, once you press select the style, it's get added on to the right hand panel where you will be having the information about the fonts. And then right below the fonts information, you will be having the links and the invoking methodology for the fonts. So if you see here, this is a standard style sheet link. So what we will do is we will copy this and we will add it on to the HTML document. So now we have linked the CSS sheet from Google Fonts to our page, and now we have to invoke it. So in order to invoke it, Google Fonts will give us the name of the font family. In this case, we have Roboto. So all I do is get this name and the trailing font family followed by that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to Roboto and sans serif. Roboto, sans serif. Inside quotes. And when we execute them, the font style would have changed considerably. So that is utilizing font family to set the font styles. And then we have the font style. So what we are going to do is we will be setting a couple of more classes to call font style normal, then italic, font style italic, and finally oblique and font style oblique. So I'm going to utilize the same picture, same paragraph, and call these classes over here: normal, italic, and oblique. So if you observe, different fonts are styled differently. So this is a normal one. This is italicized. And then finally we have the oblique one. So in case you guys do not give the font styles, by default it will have the normal font style. So then finally we have the font size. So in order to work this out, what I will do is I will call the paragraph tag and directly set the font size. So font size. So you have font size ranging from the words large, larger, small, medium, smaller, and so on. And also you can set them by using the pixelation value. So let me set it as 24 pixels. When you run it, the font style would be changed. The font size would be changed. And then we have something called as the font weight. So in font weight, what you guys could do is, let us create a couple of classes. Bold. Let me call font weight and call it as bolder. And another one, bolder, and font weight bolder, right? So let's just leave normal as it is. In italics, we will make it, we'll add the class bold, and in oblique we'll add the class bold. And let's see how this takes effect in the page. Yeah, so if you see, these two fonts are made bolder. And finally we have the font variant. Let me make a class variant, and inside I'm going to call font variant. So we have in font variant two standard properties. One is normal and small. Then we have inherent, initial, and set. So let us look at the small caps. So variant stands for, let's say we have a standard set of statement. When we had small caps, the majority of the sentence is going to be turned into capitalized letters. Okay. And these are the various CSS font properties that we have in CSS. In CSS, for the fonts that we use, CSS provides us with properties to format the text. So the most commonly used properties that is available for us in CSS are text align, text decoration, text transform, text ident, line height, letter spacing, word spacing, and text color. So let us start with text color, then we'll work our way through the other properties. So consider code snippet. So I have a paragraph tag. This is a sentence. So, and what I will do is I'll make a internal style sheet or an embedded style sheet. Call the element P and tell the color to be blue. So what this will do is it will set the color for the element P to blue. There you have it. And then we have text alignment. So let us consider two alignment options. Centered text align center and right. Text align right. So let me make an exact copy of the same sentence and name them accordingly. Sentence 1 and sentence 2. And I'm going to call the classes center and right inside this paragraph tag. Center, and similarly class right. And when you observe this, sentence 1 is centered and sentence 2 is pulled to the right. And then we have text decoration. Just take an example of an hyperlink tag. A href is equal to hashtag. This is a hyperlink with text decoration. So when you see this, we in text decorations we have underlined, we have overlined, we have line throughs, we have dotted, and we have dashed. So for this example, you will work with overline and underline. So let's say you do not want the underline to be visible. So what you can do is you can choose the hyperlink tag with the help of A and then tell text decoration none. So this will remove the underline from the text. Or let us say you want a strike through appearance. You can tell text decoration line through. And there you have it. The line is striked out. That is text decoration. So next we have text transformation. So text transformation is almost similar to font variant. So whereas font variants convert the entire sentence to capital and the beginning of the sentence to a huger letter. So text transform will usually work based on the users or the developer's value that is being given. So you have uppercase, you have lowercase, you have capitalized. So let us create two classes, uppercase and capitalize. So in uppercase, text transform is equal to uppercase, and in lowercase add the property text transform is equal to capitalize. And purposely what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this sentence to have lowercase letters in the beginning of their words. So, and then I'm going to call these classes for the uppercase and the lowercase respectively. And when I run this, before running uppercase and capitalize, let me refresh the page. There we have it. Everything is in lower cases. Now, let me add them. And if you observe, the first paragraph is entirely capitalized and the second paragraph is having the beginning letter alphabets of their words in capital letter. So that is your text decoration.